Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of My Scrappy Ideas. This is TinaGale and I'm glad that you joined us today. If you haven't joined on part of my YouTube videos before, and if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back and being a faithful subscriber. Today I have a sketch from Scrapbook Generation, and this was featured in the last Create magazine. That's a free online magazine that they do every other month. And so I created this using the Simple Stories Life Documented. And I started with this print that has all of the writing on it, the hello, right now, good stuff today. I wanted that to be my big focal point. And a lot of times these papers are harder to work with, number one, because you want to be able to read the background, but yet it's really busy and it can quickly overpower your photos. And so one trick is to just use it in smaller doses. And so I used it just for the bigger mat that's going to go behind my photos. And then I matted it with some dark navy cardstock. And I'm following the sketch really closely. I switch out. They had a tag, a little pocket with a tag and stuff in it. So I'll switch kind of the embellishing out a little bit. But the basic build of the background is entirely followed by the sketch. And so then I had this gray paper with the polka dots with all the different colors, and so I wanted to pull that in because it helped repeat all of the colors that I was working with, but yet the gray kind of helped tone down that background paper even more. And then I just cut a small strip of the diagonal stripes to go along the side of that edge. And I love working with striped background papers. They're great to cut into small little strips like this for borders. And I have my photo and I just printed it with a border, so I'm not going to mat it. It already has that white border around it to help separate it from the busyness of the background. And that would be another tip. When you have a busy background like that, you always want to mat your photos to help give that separation so that the photos don't get lost on the busy background paper. And so I had this red polka dot stripe and I was wanting to use it, and I'm kind of playing around. I don't have a long enough strip, but I can cut it apart and make it work. But I couldn't quite decide if I wanted to use it or not. And so I'm just leaving it there for a little bit so that I can think about it and going on to my embellishments. And so I have all of the life documented stickers, from the icon stickers, the chipboard stickers. I have some of their wood veneers. I pretty much bought all of the embellishments, I believe, and so I'm just going through them and pulling off things that I think will work with the layout. And the sketch had just some banner pieces up at the top, and I didn't really have paper that I wanted to cut up to use banners because it's all fairly large to print. It's very busy, and since I had the busier background, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do that banner. And I had this chipboard piece, and I kind of liked it, but it kind of got lost. And so I keep looking, and then on the icon sticker sheets, I find these that are the banner cuts, pretty much just like what the sketch had. And I had the piece that has the binder clip, and I really wanted to use it. So I decided to pull out some of those and see if I can get that to work for my banner up there. And I end up kind of fussing around with several different ones and rearranging them until I decide on the ones that I want, the ones that I can get the colors kind of arranged in a way that it flows across. There's not too much of the same color side by side. So I mess with that for quite a bit before I finally get it the way that I want it. And I think I may switch it up just a little bit when I actually stick it down to the layout. But putting it on this waxed paper is a great way to be able to play with it without losing all of the stick and being able to pick them up and move them around until you get it just right. So yeah, I think this is the way that I'm actually going to leave it, except for the dark one on the end. I end up pulling it away. So now I'm just going through the wood veneers to see if I can find something that will work. And I find an arrow and a couple of other things, but the arrow is really the only thing that I use on the layout. And at the bottom, like I said, on the sketch, they had a pocket with a tag next to it for your journaling and to put the title on, and the chipboard stickers had this cute little life documented embellishment with another binder clip at the top. And so I really wanted to use it. And so I'm just going to pop dot that sticker up next to it. I don't really have a whole lot of journaling that's going to go on this layout. This is a photo from when I flew my son home in December to surprise his dad for his birthday, and so that we could celebrate Christmas together early, because he wasn't able to get away from Disney at Christmas time. And so this was just when I had called my mom and asked her if she wanted to come out for a little bit. And so no one knew he was home, and just the surprise was a lot of fun to see people not know he's going to be there, and he walk out and they're trying to process where did he come from and how did he get there. And so I just wanted to snap a picture of the two of them while he was home. I don't get a chance to see the two of them together much, and he hadn't been home in a year, so I wanted to make sure that I got a picture of the two of them together and to get this documented. So that's where all of the hello and all of that, and my title is going to be Happy Hello, and I'll put it out to the side. And so these little arrows, there's some on the chipboard sheet, and there's also some that are just in the flat stickers. And I was going to just use all of the chipboard ones, but it kind of got a little bit overpowering because they're thicker, and I had pop dotted that life documented up, but it was still kind of conflicting. And so what I ended up deciding to do was to alternate between a chipboard one and just a flat sticker. And that also kept it where I have several more left of the chipboard that I can use on another layout. But on the sketch, it had a row of tickets there where I used the wood arrows. And it goes all the way out across onto the background, but I didn't feel like I really needed that. And I'm going to end up using that space for more of my title area. So here is the hello, and these were just stickers from the icon sticker sheets. And then I have the happy, and so I'm just kind of playing around trying to figure out how they can fit best. So I end up with the happy where the hello is at, and pulling the hello down to finish out that strip from the arrows, kind of, and then it mimics the sketch more that way as well. But that way I just balanced it, and it's really fun that I placed the yellow right now in the background paper, and it's completes that diagonal other point of the triangle, so it helps bring your eye right back down to that area. And then I'm just going for more stickers, and I loved this little speech bubble that says today, and I was trying to find a place for it, and I ended up sticking it down there because I needed something red. And I have the camera up at the top, but I wasn't really quite happy with it, and I knew I needed some more colors around, and so I'm looking for more items that I can use, and I'm going to end up moving it around. I decide that little geotag that says here now would be perfect, and so then I need to move the red camera, and it's like, well, everything's smaller, there's not a bigger element, and so it's really it's not doing anything for me. And then I move the camera down to this card, and it just finished that off perfect. So then I decide I can pick up that that red today and move it up. Now I have a larger sticker with a little bit smaller, and then the wood veneer that's a different shape. So it's perfect. But that little speech bubble coming out didn't really make sense. So I just trimmed it off so that I could put it up behind there. And then I have the red and the other triangle. I have the red striped banner as well as the red polka dot stripe up at the top. So that's going to complete my little visual triangle there. So now I'm just kind of looking through my enamel dots to see what I have. And I end up, I couldn't quite decide what I wanted. I had some dark navy, and I was thinking that would be good so that I could repeat it. But then I find these stars, and I decide that I really like it better. The reds really, I couldn't really find one that matched really well, and the blues looked more black. I did use the dark blue in the camera there, but the rest of them I decide on the stars. And so I just pick out the red and the blue and the yellow and put around into my little embellishment clusters on the triangle to just finish that off some. And that pretty much finished off the design of the page. I went back and I took it to my sewing machine and I stitched across the banner at the top just to add some visual interest. And I also stitched across the top of the happy and hello on the title. That's going to help keep those stickers down. Plus it just added a little bit more texture down there and helped finish off that layout. And now I'm just using my liquid glass to go in to put down the wood veneer. I really like that adhesive. It holds the wood veneer down really tight. And some of those chipboard pieces, the backings come off when you peel them off the sticker sheet. And so I wanted to make sure that I got those down where they wouldn't be coming off. And so here's some close-ups of the layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out Scrapbook Generations in their Create magazine, as well as their website and their store, and they have wonderful sketches, and there's free sketches each Create magazine, so be sure to check those out. Thanks for joining me, and be sure to catch me over on my blog at tiggerscrapplace.blogspot.com and Facebook at My Scrappy Ideas, and all my information will be at the end here. Thanks for watching, and we will see you real soon. Bye!